Good morning! Today we're going to build a giant fortress on the edge of our cliffs. Welcome back to MorningCraft. Greetings and salutations one and all. Hope you're having a very good morning. And today we're going to be building a giant fortress for the Earl of Thaldrim. And so, plans in hand, off we go to build our fortress. It's going to be sitting atop our beautiful hillsides, and it's going to be a beacon of strength across the valley. I'm going to be building it in such a way that it doesn't even come close to our grand cathedral, but you can see the rough outline of the walls here in stone brick. As you can see, it's going to be pretty big, and it's going to need to be to keep out all those who wish to do harm. And so, with some rough foundations in place, it's time to come back round and fortify these into giant defensible walls. And by the current plans, this will be the second largest building in all of Thaldrim. Once it's done, I'm going to populate its surroundings with giant trees to help give this ridge a little bit of extra greenery. Although to bring this to fruition, we're going to have to say goodbye to our current watchtower. But to understand why we're building this, let's go to a quick story segment.
The great hearth was burnt down to its foundation. The people of Thaldrim spoke rumours of the arrow seen falling, and Harlan Ironshield, the man in charge of Thaldrim's defence, had received the brunt of the blame. Calls were made from all to punish Harlan for his failures. With gathering fury, the Earl was forced to speak to Harlan on the matter.
Harlan, the watchtower was seen firing flaming arrows into the hearth, as the watchtower was in your command. I have no choice but to banish you and your family from Thaldrim. Make preparations to leave at once. On sunset, I will give you terms of your banishment and see you out myself.
Dark forces gather here, Stonehelm. Surely you can see that as well as I can. I see it in your eyes. You can see it. Would you face them without me?
We both see them gather, but the perpetrators think they are subtle. If I allow you to stay, they will know we are aware, and they will make better effort to conceal their plotting. I have a letter here for King Chapman, explaining the false nature of these accusations. With this, you will find a new posting. Should the perpetrators be discovered, I will send for you and the armies of Mornington to help root them out.
I understand your tactic. I have used it myself. I thank you for your letter. But before I go take these plans, the Hound here should be able to construct this for you. It's a far better fortress, and I designed it specifically for Thaldrim.
So we're back, and now you know why we're building the fortress. You can see I've evened out the foundation and added a small tough brick lip. From here, we're going to build up these walls even more with a nice regular design around the edges. I decided to use a block that I don't use very often, but I had to gather a whole bunch of vines to produce. And as we come along from this glowberry-ridden ledge and up to the fortress, you can see that I've used mossy cobblestone to build up this fortress. And I think that looks pretty good. It's a very subtle shade of green, but it still blends in with the stone below. But there's still more to do. If you're enjoying the video so far, why not subscribe to the channel to see new episodes of MorningCraft every Monday, Wednesday and Friday morning. We build pretty cool cathedrals here, so it's worth sticking around. I increased the height of the walls just a little bit more, and you can really see the footprint that this has on the ridge. But these walls still look pretty easy to scale, and so I fixed that using a little bit more tuff. I added a 2-block wide lip to the top of the walls, making it harder to climb them. Even if you could get a rope or a grappling hook up there, you'd have to swing about and you wouldn't be able to just simply climb up the side. I also added some thickness to the top of the walls, and I'm doing this so that we can build inside. You can see I've added these birch I don't know what they are, outcroppings to just really add some detail. And the white and yellow hues of the birch really offset the green of the fortress. I think for the actual castle, I'm going to go for a more Bavarian style, and it's going to be the fortress foundation that keeps everything below safe. And within this grand fortress will be everything that the people of Thaldrim need to survive. You can see the wider walls now, and inside there we're going to build everything we could possibly need. But let's go to a quick story segment.
One arrow, and the Earl turns on his own. Harlan Ironshield, cast out like a leper. Loyalty means nothing to a man who fears the dark, and now only the dog remains. A dog is loyal, yes, but a dog is also predictable. It barks, it bites, but in the end, it still kneels to be fed. We cut off his leash and the Earl stands alone, and alone. A man like him is nothing. One more move, one last step, then this game is ours.
Whew, hopefully the dog can survive whatever the Syndicate of Gold throws at him, but this fortress is bound to help him. The green hue of the tuff and the cobble gives this fortress an air of decadence. So let me know what you think of the initial fortress base in the comments down below. This really reminds me of the city of Mornington, the way that it has a castle across from a grand cathedral. Although when I'm done, both the cathedral and the fortress are going to be rather grand. And I carved out a nice triangle design to expose a little bit more mossy cobble. So thank you for watching. I hope you've had a wonderful morning, and I hope it continues on to a wonderful day. Remember to join the Discord if you're new around here, and it's time for the daily quote. So here we go.